Well, hello there, it's Beards and Bangers, and today I'm here with my friend who's going to help me with this fleet update. No, he's not, he's standing there looking very wary. So, as promised, I'm going to give you an update on where my fleet, which ever seems to expand and contract, it's been actually contracted a bit recently, so we'll go through some of the changes and bring you the Beards and Bangers September fleet update.
Welcome to Beards and Bangers.
So, of course, my previous video I introduced you to, now this car's now got a name, it's called Gunter. That's with a TH, not just a T. So we're not doing the Friends Gunter, we're doing the proper German spelling of Gunter. So here's Gunter, the BMW E91 330D, already proving very, very useful. Got a boot full of stuff here. So yeah, that's why we got this car, just to chuck stuff like that in there. You'll notice there's some oil. He's going to have a service maybe in a minute if I fill up to it. So yeah, so Gunter already earning his money. If I spin you round, we've got Biomorphic here. So of course, you may remember back to a previous video. So some of you may not know I've got this car, but I have. So yeah, Biomorphic ZR160 called Halo is parked up just out the front of the unit at the moment. So we'll go and see the BRM in a little while. But yeah, so the BRM is going to get body work done first because that's not as much work, and I haven't sold all my cars yet. So whereas this one needs, and every panel needs attention. So yeah, Biomorphic's going to go into the body shop. It's one of the good piece of advice that a lot of people are giving me from the MG Rover community is that this paint is actually a Nissan paint colour. And that works out cheaper than getting a monogram Biomorphic paint made up. So yeah, obviously we're going to strip the car, same as with Bram. We'll see Bram in a little while, the BRM. But yeah, strip the interior, going to have to source new seats. Obviously the headlining will be done while that's out, and then just literally give the body shop a shell. Got to have a chat with Austin about the engine, because whether that gets rebuilt out of the car or not is a question I haven't quite asked myself or decided on an answer yet. But obviously the timing belt was done, but Dave, the Crap Car Hunter, big shout out to him. Check out that YouTube channel, the Crap Car Hunter. He reckons that this car's on the original head gasket. Now, if it's on the original head gasket and there's nothing wrong with it, then fine. But is it worth rebuilding the engine? That's a decision I've got to make. I'm still not quite sure. If the engine's sweet, and it does. Now we've had the timing belt done, I'm a bit sort of more willing to put my foot down in it, and it does drive very nicely. Brakes are a bit spongy, but that's a brake service. That's not the end of the world. Yeah, but yeah, really just he's not doing any harm sitting there. So just get the BRM done, get some more cars sold, and then this car can be stripped and get into the body shop to get him looking nice. Because I really do want this. I really do want this car to look nice, because it's a car I've been after for a long time, and I'm very happy that I've got him. Keep saying him. We wander into the unit itself. We've got a pile of wheels. So they're the old wheels off Gunter, which I showed you the other day. They're scrap. They're useless. You'll notice the addendums are sitting there. So they're the addendums that Penny was sitting on. So I'll just quickly show you a clip of what's happened with Penny. So here's Penny, all emptied out. Yep, sold her actually to a neighbour, which is the second time I've sold a car to a neighbour. So I think they see the cars parked up when I'm using them, and yeah, there we are. She's ready to go. So we're going to take it back to Aylesbury now, and yeah, off she goes. Off Penny goes, back on her standard wheels. Yeah, good to go. Guy likes her. Yeah, so Penny sold on Saturday just gone. Not in the community, so someone who just wanted a cheap runaround diesel car, who I sort of vaguely know, and they were like, have you got any cars, sir? It's like, well, yeah, as it happens, I have. Showed them Diana first. We'll have a look at Diana in a sec. And they said, no, a bit too big, want something smaller. Mini was too small. So he's ended up with Penny. Bittersweet moment, put her back on her stock wheels, and actually plugged the MAF back in. So if you remember back to when I got Penny tuned up, she's got a MAF-less remap. So MAF plugged in, 130 brake horsepower, MAF unplugged, 160-ish brake horsepower. Didn't want to scare this chap. I've told him it's remapped so he can tell his insurance company. But yeah, Penny's gone. And the other car that's gone, and you'll see, I'll put a couple of pictures on the screen there, is the 260. So the MGZT 260 number 194 sold 2 weeks ago and has gone off not that far away. Someone who's not really sort of massively involved in the community, I don't think, but I know he watches these videos, so I really hope you get some great enjoyment out of 194. Should I have persevered with that car? Yeah, I probably should have done, and I'm was quite capable of doing so, financially and kind of motivation-wise. But with all these other cars, you have to sort of make a decision. And two 190s plus the ZTT. Do I need another MG ZT, albeit the kind of the top of the pops one? No. So I'm sure the new owner is going to get the absolute best out of him and thoroughly enjoy him. And I'm hoping I'm going to be kept up to date with kind of progress and get to see the car again in the future. Maybe we'll ask the new owner if we can do a video once he's done all his bits and bobs with the car. Of course, we've got Poseidon sitting here now. Poseidon is in the dry now. Not really going to do anything straight away. A set of seats did come up, parcel shelf came up. I need to get all those parts, yes, but the car is, now that the shocks have been done at the front, so literally 2 days after I collected the car, AJF put new shocks, or not new shocks, they're actually Guzzley, so Austin's 190 that he's broken. The shocks, or the whole strut assembly from that has gone on him. He drives nice. Took him on a bit of a road trip. Up to the Nebworth. And it was really nice. People sort of coming up and sort of remarking on the colour. It was, quite nice for me. And then I was up at the Great British Car Journey with Simon and Matt on the Bank Holiday Monday in him. And yeah, the car was admired. So even though he's not what I want, because I'm a bit fussy when it comes to things like this, with the having it all correct inside with the right sort of SE features. People were certainly very impressed with the car. The only thing I had on the drive back was my bum was getting really hot. My leg was getting really hot here. So that seat was red hot after the car had been driven for a while. Now, I don't know if it's because the heat shield's the wrong way round underneath and heat's getting up from the exhaust, but my leg was actually slightly burnt and my boxer shorts were slightly melted, which wasn't ideal. What's cool, it's not the electric seat, because the rest of the seat wasn't hot. So unless the electric element for heating the seats is faulty, something's not quite right there. So that'll need to be put right. Obviously, the ideal opportunity when these seats come out. But if I do need to take this car out, and I will take this car out one more time on the 8th for the Cheersley Classic and Village Fun Day, which is this Sunday. Cheersley, just outside Aylesbury, or between Aylesbury and Tame. So I'll take this car to that show, assuming the weather's good. I'm going to be fussy with this one. I'm not going to drive him in the wet, or certainly not in the winter when it's salty on the road. So yeah, that'll be his last outing probably for this year. And then once I get Bram and Biomorphic done, then I'll really start in earnest on this car. You know what I've got to do. Check out the previous video. There's a link up there somewhere if I remember to put it in. Moving over here, ignore the Transit Connect. That's Lewis's. And then Diana's sitting here just resting. Still for sale. £2,400. Not going to go any lower. It's a great car. I took Diana out for the post-Abingdon weekend, and it was, I said, it was really nice to drive. I actually really enjoyed driving her. If I hadn't sort of got a tow vehicle in my head, because you can tow with these, but only I think 1,600 kilos unbraked. I've got this, maybe needing to tow stuff in the future. I just thought the 330D is going to be better. So if Diana I wouldn't be selling her basically if she was sort of capable of towing greater weights. And I just really wanted that bit more grunt. I mean, these engines are very grunty and very torquey, and I thoroughly enjoyed driving her. And I know when Austin came on the Sunday to the post assembly, I said, I really like driving her. Yes, so yeah, she's for sale. I need to part with her. Wasn't going to keep her anyway. I say we all know that I only bought her for the wheels, and which are now on Husley, which we'll go and see at the end of the video. So there we are. That's, she's got to go. We resurrected her. Another one saved. She could have just sat rotting with her clutch not being fixed and going all horrible and unused, but no, it's a good solid car. Underneath it, you could eat your dinner off it. It's really, really quite solid. The seats are in lovely condition, lovely Alcantaras. She's a great car. She's going to make someone a very, very nice motor. I don't know, with selling Penny and the V8, and then obviously Henny sold a month or so ago, not even that maybe. And the Mini's about to go. Maybe things are moving again. I don't know. Or maybe you just have to wait. Maybe you have to be very patient when you're selling a vehicle at the moment. So we'll go and have a look at the other car that's up here, and then we'll go and have a look at the rest of the fleet. Yeah. So Commerce Van's a bit of a sorry tale. So he was advertised for sale. It's not now. It's basically cut out. So it's running and it just cut out. Austin's had a look, tried to restart it, nothing happening. So either the injectors aren't injecting fuel, or the fuel pump's gone. And L-series fuel pumps are pretty much impossible to come by. So we're going to have a look. Not going to give up quite yet. But if it is fuel pump, then I have to make a difficult decision about the car. But yeah, Commerce Van, very much up in the air at the moment. So I'm glad it cut out on us and we didn't sell it to someone and then 5 minutes later it cut out, because that wouldn't be nice. Even though the vehicles are sold as seen, it's not something I'd want to really inflict upon someone. So real shame. Yeah, he's not been to any shows or anything. He's just been sitting here. So probably shouldn't have bought this one, but I did with good intentions. And he's now gone wrong. So silly me. So Sam and Austin are in the background. They're giving me lip because they're cheeky. I won't say fuckers, but I just did. So here's Bram. So Bram, I'm going to chase up the body shop because I thought he'd be in touch by now to come and get it and sort out his welding. So yeah, reminder what happens to Bram. And there's a little bit of welding down there. So we've got some pods off the ZRs that Austin broke. So they'll be going in there. And then he'll be put back together. And then that's phase one. So front end, phase one. Rear end, which will be the boot mounting panel, which also is available somewhere. Will be phase two. Before we do that, and we'll do this on camera as well, going to strip the car completely. You'll notice he's wearing Mini Cooper wheels because they're the same studs pattern, so he's on those just so that it can be welded up, because I'm not precious about those wheels at all. And then we'll swap him round during the winter when he has his rear end done. But I've not driven this car now for nearly a year, and I'm looking forward to getting him back on the road. So yeah, front end weld up, so yeah, down here as well, both sides are a bit scabby. Yeah, still repair. And then get him MOT'd. He'll need a damn good clean, and then when it gets really cold, we'll strip him, get the rear welded up, get him all painted where he needs paint, and then rebuild the interior, do the headlining. I think he's open. Headlining's pretty bad in this now. It might not even be. Is it still? It's still got headlining. Yeah, but there's various bits and bobs in here. It needs a bit of a clean up as well, because it's a little bit grubby. Yeah, yeah, it'd be nice to, and yeah, sir, before he has an MOT, he'll be serviced, because I've never changed his oil, and I've had this car nearly 2 years. Obviously, he's not been driven that much, but Campbell, I'm pretty sure, was done in 2021, so I think that's okay, but I will double check the paperwork. Oh yeah, sunroof. It's going to have a new sunroof as well, because that one is knackered. So I've not done as much content on the old Austin as I wanted to. You may remember in a previous video, his engine has seized. So yeah, just I don't know whether to sell him as is or try and get him fixed up, but really want to get him inside before too much longer. Yeah, don't really want him another couple of months. I wouldn't want him sitting out here, but I'll have a chat with Adrian from AJF and we'll just work out our plan of action. Yeah, it's not for me, this car. Yeah, really vintage stuff, you know, doesn't float my boat, unfortunately. I know some of you are going to go, oh yeah, it should do, but I like to go places, and you can't go that far in a car like this. Well, you can, but you wear yourself out doing it. But yeah, either unseize the engine, get it running again, or get it running again. We'll need a new cylinder head, I'm sure, to do that properly. But yeah, in abeyance. Shame I haven't got as much content out of him as I wanted to, but it is what it is. Got enough other cars and enough other stuff to think about as well. Here's Henry. So Henry is going to be going. I started making a video on changing his rear wheel bearings, but I couldn't get the bloody bolts out, and I was scrabbling around on the floor. That's what yeah, so I thought it'd be easier on a lift. So I got AJF to do it. So yeah, he's now ready to go. So I've just got to get him back up the road, give him a wash, give him a bit of a zhuzh inside, and he will be on the market as well, unless someone comes to me first and says, yeah, I'll have that, which you can do. You can either get in touch in the comments down below, or ping me a message through the Facebook group, or on Facebook if that's appropriate. So yeah, there's good old Henry. Was hoping to keep him for longer, but I'll say with Biomorphic and Poseidon now, these tough sacrifices have got to be made. So yeah, Derek's a car that's really really caught me. I really do like this thing. Haven't driven him for a few days, so I've been driving the E91. But yeah, been gradually working around these arches. So got, yeah, done this arch up, so that's all painted up. He's had a full service by AJF. Yeah, so next job is to get the gearbox oil changed, and also the prop shaft bearing we think is on its way out. There's a bit of a rotational noise from under there, so that won't be done by AJF, that's going to be done by DM Works, just because they've got all the special BMW tools. Obviously AJF are fantastic, they've got all the Rover and MG Rover tools and stuff. So that, but for that particular job, it's a sort of specialist oil for the gearbox. You've got to put the BMW stuff in, apparently. Well, I'm certain it's just someone else's oil rebranded in a BMW grey bottle. Yeah, keep on top of this sort of bodywork issues. This sill cover was a bit loose. I've had to sort of prise that back, and you can see it's a little bit loose down there. I need to give that a bit of a whack at some point. Then the next thing I'm going to do is change the wheels to MV2s. So yeah, I think these are MV1s. Don't particularly like them. I'll be getting those changed hopefully very soon. I managed to source some wheels with the correct offset, hopefully. Bit of a learning curve with BMW alloys. They're all over the place. You get same styles in so many different sizes, and also replicas as well. So, but I believe the ones I've now got are genuine BMW MV2s. So they'll be the next thing going on. But yeah, great car, lovely to drive. Even my mother likes it, and she's not into fast cars. But I gave her a bit of a spin in this the other week, and she was very, very impressed. Yeah, and then there's a few bits inside to do, so a bit of trim. And stuff like that. But yeah, really enjoying the E46. Yeah, a year without a BMW is far too long. So I'm gonna finish on Husley, and it's a car, he's a car that I just don't know what to do with now, because obviously he's come a long way. This car was in an absolutely dreadful state. Just let the taxi go past, a bit rattly. Sounds like an L series. Yeah, it was in a dreadful state when I got him. He's had so much done to him. Obviously, Austin welded up the sills, headlining, new seats, new stereo, new wheels, several sets of new wheels. I think this is his third set he's on. Obviously, these Apex are going to go on Poseidon at some point. projector headlights, had timing belts done, new inlet manifold, polished the roof up. There's loads of things. I have to write it all down, but I'm very fond of this car. But do I need two 190s? I know I said I was going to sell him, but I really am in two minds. I really am, because he's a beautiful thing. But I've got him out. He rescued him. He would have got in the scrap if I hadn't have bought him, that's for sure. I've taken him to a lot of shows. He's a well-known car, you know, and this is why I do it. You know, after the pandemic, I'm going to be really honest now. You know, I was sitting at home just doing nothing but eating and drinking, and getting back into cars and doing YouTube has been so good for my mental health. I would say my physical health, but I've put on a lot of weight, and I've really ballooned in the last few weeks as well now. So big diet here on Beards and Bangers. So I've got to get this belly down, because it's affecting my physical health. Not managed to get on top of the other issues that I've had in the past, but you know, I'm not as fit as I was, so I'd like to get fit again, and that'll help me when I'm maintaining the cars. And getting on the floor to change oil is a bit of a struggle at the minute. So yeah, but yeah, if anyone else out there struggling with mental or physical health issues, you know, car shows are a really good hobby to have. They really are. You know, you get out, you meet people, you know, and the vast majority of car shows are safe spaces. You know, so whatever if you're worried about getting out there again, I've said this in the past, but I'm, you know, really want to say it again and ram the point home. But if you're worried about going to car shows, don't. You know, if you're going to a car show that I'm going to and you're a bit hesitant about going along because you'd rather watch the videos, but I'm in two minds about coming, let me know. I'll take you. No problem at all. But yeah, cars, mental health, really important. Got to decide what to do with Husley. I know if I sell him, I'll be upset. But I know if I keep him, it's another car to tax, MOT, insure, find space to keep. He's obviously okay out here at the moment, but I don't want to have too many cars in the street because it's not fair on the neighbours. But what do I do? What do I do? Yeah, Penny is still in Aylesbury, so I'm going to be seeing her around. But Husley, I've put a lot more into this car, both money and, you know, finding parts and all sorts of things. So yeah, there we are. So thank you for watching this Beards and Bangers fleet update. Probably will not be any purchases now for a little while, because I've got to kind of get the cars that are on the channel already sorted out. Quite important to focus on those. That's why I've sold some of the cars already and why there's still some up for sale. I'd love to keep them all, but you can't keep them all, but you can try and save them. I can try and save them and then pass them on to someone who's going to look after them. So that's what I seriously hope is going to happen. So thank you for watching. I'll see you again very soon next episode of Beards and Bangers. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, all that jazz. Goodbye.